Hello friends, welcome back to Indian Public School e-learning program. Till last lecture we have completed about few basic topics like what is sentence, its main types and articles, etc. So today let's start another topic of the grammar, voice. Basically I think most of you know that what is voice. In the transformation of the sentence in the exam you are asked like to change the voice, right? So there are two things about it. Number one, active voice and passive voice. Right? If the sentence is given to you in the active voice format, we have to change it into passive voice. And if the sentence is given to you in the passive voice format, then we have to change it into active voice. But the important thing is, before transforming the sentence from active to passive or passive to active, whatever it is, the most important thing is to know what is active and what is passive. Basically, most of the times when you are taught any grammatical topic, generally you are directly given the formats that this way you can change the format of the sentence. So that is one side, one way we can say that it is mark oriented work, and that may be the reason that sometimes it seems really hard to the students, that they think grammar is a bit hard. Of course it is not, but the reason behind that you think like grammar is hard is that you are not learning it. You are just getting the formats of changing the formats of the sentence, that how you can transform the sentence into another format. But the important thing is to know about the topic. For example, change the voice. You have learnt it already, right? So can you tell me what is active and what is passive? What is the main thing about it? Before applying any grammatical topic, before using any grammatical topic, we must be aware of the fact that what this topic means. For example, here, if active voice sentence is given, we change it into passive voice. If passive voice is given, we change it into active voice. But before changing the voice of the given sentence, you must know what is active and what is passive. That is the first thing. Before applying or before learning not only this, any grammatical topic, the first thing you must know is about the topic, that what is it? What is the use of it? What does it mean? Basically, in general, we can say that two things you must learn before you learn any topic. You must know that. Number one, what is it? What is active voice and what is passive voice? That is the first thing you must know. What is active voice? What is passive voice? Whatever topic is it. For example, it is indirect speech. The first thing you should know is what is indirect speech. Then you can learn about changing the sentences into indirect speech. If sentences types are given simple, complex, compound, then the first thing is to know what is simple sentence, what is complex, what is compound, then you can change it. So first thing about any grammatical topic is what is it? What is active, what is passive? What does it mean? That is the first thing. Sorry. Number two, why? If the sentence is given to you in the active voice, then why do you need to change the sentence in the passive voice? Do you think that it doesn't look good in active voice, the given sentence? Or the sentence given to you in the passive voice, it doesn't look good, and that's why we need to change it in the another voice? What is the reason for that? If a sentence of direct speech is given and we are transforming it in the indirect speech, the reason why we are changing the sentences of direct speech into indirect speech, there is always a specific reason. It is not just like that the grammatical topics are very less compared to your syllabus and your standard, then they have added this kind of the topics to enlarge your syllabus so that the English grammar syllabus can be made a little bit tough. No, there is nothing like that. Every grammatical topic has its own specific use, and for that, because of that, we change the formats. So two things, what and why. Number one, what is active voice, what is passive voice, that is number one. Number two, why we have to change active voice sentence into passive voice and when, that is why. So if you understand the meaning of the both the things or any grammatical topic, you will come to know, you will get the answer of both the question, what and why. So let's start for that. Active voice. What is active voice sentence? So we can say active voice sentence means emphasize on subject. In other words, we can say that doer is important. It shows the importance of subject. Who is doing the work, that is more important. We emphasize on the thing who. And in the passive voice, we emphasize on object. Here, doer is not important, or in other words, we can say it is ignored. Doer is not important. This is the meaning of active and passive. What is active and what is passive? First question. Active means when we emphasize on subject, that means on the doer. Doer is important. Always we have this answer, who. Who is doing this action or whatever action is given here? Who is doing is important. What that person is doing is not important. Passive voice, we emphasize on the object, not on the subject. We emphasize on the object. Doer is not important. Who is doing is not important here. Here the important thing is what. What is done is more important. This is the answer of the first question, what. What is active and what is passive? Active voice means when we emphasize on the subject. Doer is important. That means the person or anyone who is doing some action. Who? It always has the answer of who. Who is doing is more important. That is active voice. And in the passive voice, we emphasize on what. Are you getting it? What is done, what has been done, what is being done. Who is doing is not important. And that is the reason that in passive voice sentence sometimes we ignore subject, that means the doer, because we do not need the subject. We have to emphasize on the object. Okay, now the thing is subject and object. I think you know what is subject and what is object. Yet to make it clear, we can make that what is subject. If we want to know what is subject, and what is object? So very simply we can say subject means the word which gives you answer of who is subject, and the word what gives you answer of what and whom is object. This is the very simplest way. Subject means the word which answers you who, and object means the word which answers you what or whom. Okay. Why do we need to learn these two things? Because sometimes when we are given the sentence without any object, the sentence which does not have an object basically cannot be transferred in the passive voice. But if you have ignored these things, you will go for transforming the sentence without object into passive voice, and that is incorrect thing. No, you should not do that. That cannot be done. For example, suppose we are taking few examples here. I play cricket. She called me and he goes to school daily. Now look at this example, the sentences I have written. Subject and object. How can we identify? Subject means who, the word which answers you who. I play cricket. Who? I. That means I is subject. Object means what and whom. I play. What do I play? Cricket. So cricket is object. Second example, she called me. Subject, who? Who called? She. So she is a subject. Object, how can we identify the object? What or whom? She called what? We are not getting answer with what. We have another word whom. She called whom? Me. So me is an object. Now third sentence. Once again, subject, that means the word which answers you who. He goes to school daily. Who? He. So it's a subject. Object, what and whom. He goes to what? He goes to what? The question is incorrect, that means we are not going to get answer of that. Use another word, whom. He goes to whom? Answer is not given. Because here there is no object. So this sentence cannot be transferred in the passive voice. Because what is the meaning of passive voice? The meaning of passive voice is to emphasize on object. If object is not given, then how can we emphasize on it? The meaning of passive voice is to emphasize on object. But if object is not given, how can we emphasize on the object? So this sentence cannot be transferred in the passive voice. If you don't know these things, sometimes some students change this sentence also into passive voice, and that is the mistake. Number two, sometimes in previous years maybe that you have been taught by your teachers that this kind of the sentences cannot be transferred in the passive voice. If they have taught you that, why, then it's very good. But otherwise what happens that most of the times you are just told by your teacher that the sentence having the verb like go and come cannot be transferred in the passive voice. The sentence which have the verb like go and come cannot be transferred in the passive voice. It is not 100% true. If the word go or come is used as MA verb, then that sentence can be transferred in the passive voice. For example, if the sentence is like this, I am going to deliver a speech. I am going to deliver a speech. So here the word go is used as a verb, yet that sentence can be transferred in the passive voice. A speech is going to be delivered by me. So it has nothing to do with the verb go and come, but the thing is object. If there is object, then only we can transfer the sentence into passive voice. If there is no object, that means that sentence cannot be transferred in the passive voice. Okay? So the next thing, after knowing subject and object, the next thing you need is to know how to identify if the sentence is active or passive. This is the most important thing, because in the exam sentence is given to you and the instruction will be only like this, that change the voice. Now if the instruction is given like this, change the voice, it doesn't mean that the sentence is always active voice and you have to change it into passive voice, right? Or it sometimes it is also not compulsory that always the sentence will be of passive voice and you have to change it into active voice. No. The sentence given to you may be active, may be passive. So the question, the first thing you need to do is to identify the sentence if it is active or passive. So how can we identify the sentence? If sometimes you think that you can identify the sentence just by reading, but that means you are going through the structures. So if suppose an unknown structure or a structure which you do not use regularly is given to you, how will you identify it? Structure is not the best thing. You cannot remember all the structures, the complete structures of all the grammatical topics. It will be a hard thing. Second thing is, sometimes we are told that if the word by is used in the sentence, it is passive voice. That is also wrong, because it is not always compulsory to use the word by in passive voice sentence. As I have already told you that sometimes we ignore subject in passive voice sentence. That means if we are not writing subject, we will not write the word by also in passive voice sentence. For example, the sentence will be like this, that the lion was killed. The lion was killed. Here the sentence is passive voice, but there is not the word by, because we have ignored the subject. So how to identify the sentence if the sentence is active or passive? We have a very small and easy way to identify the sentence if it is active or passive, and that is how can we identify the sentence if it is active or passive? The easiest thing to know is check out the verb of the sentence. Only the verb. If there is to be plus V3, both the things to be, I hope you know what is to be, right? To be means am, is, are, was, were. These 5 words are considered as to be verb. Am, is, are, was, were. If you do not know it, you can write it down where we have written to be, write down here, and I have written here form of be. Am, is, are, was, were. So to be plus V3, both the things, not only any one. To be plus V3, that means am, is, are, was, were, plus V3, that means past participle of the verb. Or form of be. Form of be means be, being, been. If either any of these two or both the words, both the things are given, the sentence is passive voice. Are you getting it? Very easy and very simple how to identify the sentence. If there is to be plus V3 or form of be in the sentence is passive voice. If none of these two is given, then the sentence is active voice. For example, the sentence I have said right now, the lion was killed. Was killed. To be plus V3, that means the sentence is passive voice. Okay. What is being done there by you? What is being? Being is used, that means the sentence is passive voice. I will call you. I am speaking. Look here. I am speaking. To be is used am, but there is no V3 because speaking ing form is given, not participle. So that sentence is active voice. To identify the passive voice sentence is very easy. We have to keep just two things in mind. If to be plus V3 or form of be is given, then the sentence is passive voice. If nothing is from these two is given, then the sentence is active voice. The easiest way to identify the sentence, right? Now suppose when we have to, the first thing we have to do is this: identify the sentence if it is active or passive. Now when you have identified the sentence active or passive, now suppose if the sentence is active, then your next work is to identify if that sentence can be transferred in the passive or not, because every active voice sentence cannot be transferred in the passive voice. When can we transfer the sentence into passive voice? If there is object. Okay, if object is not given, then that sentence cannot be transferred in the passive voice. The next thing, do or not important, try to understand what it is. Why? As I in the beginning said that two questions must be there: what is active and what is passive. That we have discussed now, and I hope you have understood that what is active and what is passive, right? So next thing is why. The reason why we need to change active voice sentence into passive voice, the reason is this: emphasize on the subject and emphasize on the object. For example, sometimes there is headlines like this in the newspaper. Suppose like this: 5 terrorists were killed in J&K. There will be headlines like this: 5 terrorists were killed in J&K. J&K means Jammu and Kashmir. Now find out if the sentence is active or passive. How we can identify if the sentence is active or passive? Look, to be and V3. That means the sentence is passive voice. Now why this sentence is written in the passive voice format? Because here what has happened is more important than who has done. Because try to understand the sentence: 5 terrorists were killed. That the terrorists were killed is more important than who have killed them. Important thing is that the terrorists were killed. That is important. Who have killed them is not important. That is the first thing. Number 2, here we have not written the subject also. So that is the point to remember. If the subject is unknown or unnecessary, it be ignored. If the subject is unknown or unnecessary, it will be ignored. That means either you know the subject or you don't know the subject, or to write about the subject is unnecessary. That means it is not important. Look at this sentence. 5 terrorists were killed in JNK. Now the important thing is terrorists were killed. Who have killed them is not important thing. That is the first thing. Number 2, we know who have killed these terrorists. Who have killed these terrorists? Army. We know the answer. That means the subject is unnecessary. It is not required to display the subject that who have done this. Who has done this is not important. We may also have, for example, suppose if we have any family gathering or family function, some occasion, right? So if right now it's one kind of the trend that if we have any function, for example marriage function, then most of the time the people give the complete orders to some caterers or something like that. A complete management is working for that. But till today in some rural areas and in the small towns or the middle class people, they are not giving this kind of a contract to anyone. They manage everything themselves. For example, the friends and the relatives will be helpful to manage everything, right? So when we all the people, that means the family members, relatives and friends, all are working together to make it easier to complete all the possible facilities, to provide all the possible facilities to the guest or whatever it is. That means to manage the function, right? So when these people are working, we may find some people there who are not doing any work, but you can see them every now and then and everywhere. There will be some people who are not doing any work, but you can see them everywhere throughout the function, function is going on. Every time you can see them, and maybe that they are just directing you. They are giving instruction to others that you should do like this, you should not do like this, it is not looking good, make some improvement in it. He himself will do nothing except giving instructions. If you give him some work, he will get disappear. He will not do anything. Now suppose if this kind of the person who never does anything, any work, if this person does some work, some useful work, some helpful work, then at that time subject is important, that this person has done something. For example, suppose we have ordered for the water bottles in the mineral water company, and they have sent their auto rickshaw or whatever they have the vehicle facilities, the water bottles, and the man, he has only one person with him, so he is carrying the bottle on his shoulders and coming in. At that time no one is there, or everyone was busy in their work, no one was free to help this person. So this man who does nothing always, who always just instructs others but does nothing, if this person help that man, that delivery person in carrying the bottle, at that time it is important that this person is doing work. He has never even break a small stick into 2 pieces, and without given any instruction by others, this person is working. So that is the most important thing, that this person is working. Now what work he is doing is not important. He is doing is only important. For example, suppose some of you may never have opened the book till you are told or informed by parents. There will be some, right? You have never opened any book of study, and suddenly Sunday, if you open the book and start reading academic book, your study book, and you start reading without given any information by others, without any order or without any instruction by your parents or siblings, whatever it is, you open the book yourself and start reading, At that time it's a shock for your parents and the family members, and they think that this person is reading. Now what you are reading, economics, BA, English, Gujarati, state, account, that is not important. What you are reading is the news for them. They just want to emphasize that this is one who is reading right now. Subject is important. What he is doing is not important. And second thing is what, just like here, what has happened, that is important, not by whom. Sometimes if the subject is unknown, then also we can ignore it. For example, suppose if sometimes a sentence will be like this: my pen has been stolen. My pen has been stolen. Now, why we are not right? Look at the sentence first. Form of be is used, that means the sentence is passive voice. But look, we have not used by plus subject at the end of the sentence. We have ignored the subject. Why? Subject is unknown. My pen has been stolen. That means we do not know who has stolen the pen. The subject is unknown. If the subject is unknown, then we will ignore the subject. Right? So this is the most important thing we should keep in mind. The first thing you have to do is to identify the sentence, if the sentence is active or passive. And how can we identify? If to be plus V3 or form of be is given, then the subject is the sentence is passive voice. And if nothing from this is given, then the sentence is active voice. Okay? And if the sentence is active voice, then check it out if there is object. If there is object, then the sentence can be transferred in the passive voice. If there is no object, then the sentence cannot be transferred in the passive voice. Now how to identify if there is object or not? Object means the word which answers you what or whom. If you get the answer of what or whom from the sentence, then there is object. That is the object. Okay? And how to identify the subject? Who. For example, suppose this kind of the sentence is given to you: my pen has been stolen. This is passive voice sentence. Subject is not given. Identify. Subject means who has stolen, that is not given here. So now if you change this sentence into active voice, you will need to write subject, because subject is unimportant in the passive voice, but it is important in the active voice. Here the subject sentence is passive voice, so we have ignored subject. But if we change the sentence into passive voice, then we need to inform the subject about the subject, that who is the subject. Now for example, here the subject is not given to us, so we will have to add the subject ourselves according to the sentence. When we are saying that my pen has been stolen, that means we do not know who has stolen our pen. So at that time we are using the word like someone. The answer will be someone has stolen my pen. That we will discuss about in deep when we come to the point like a passive to active. Right now I am just giving you example that how you can make the sentence. Though today we have learned that voice means active and passive. What is the meaning of active voice? Emphasize on the subject, or in other words we can say that doer is important. Who is doing the work, that is important thing. It emphasizes on how. Next thing is passive voice, that means emphasize on the object. What has been done is more important than what is who is doing. Doer is not important. We can ignore the subject. Subject means the word which answers you how. Object means the word which answers you what and whom. Active or passive, how to identify? If to be plus V3 or form of be is given, then the sentence will be passive voice. And if a sentence is given to you is active voice, and if it does not have an object, then that sentence cannot be transferred in the passive voice. If the subject is unknown or unnecessary, it will be ignored. One more note we can make like this, the same thing right now I have said. If there is no object, it will not be transferred into passive voice. right? These things we have to keep in mind. If the subject is unnecessary, here we cannot write my pen has been stolen by someone. It is not optional, it is compulsory that if the subject is unnecessary, we will have to remove it. And this thing is also compulsory. If there is no object, it will not be transferred into passive voice. Okay, so in other words, we can very simply, if you cannot understand that, very simple, it cannot be changed. To make you understand clearly and easily, it cannot be changed into passive voice. I have changed the word only transfer because sometimes I have experienced that in the past that some students get confused when we are using the word transfer, because transfer is related with the structure, so they think that only the structure cannot be transferred, but the sentence can be changed. No, sentence also cannot be changed. Okay, so if there is no object, it will not be changed into passive voice, right? Okay, so today we end here. In the next lecture we will start learning about active to passive first, then we will take about passive to active. First we will take active to passive. How should we transfer the sentence of active voice into passive voice? Okay, so today we end here. You can write it down, take a screenshot when I give you a moment, when I move back from here, take a screenshot and write it down in your book. Okay, thank you.